Look into your own eyes. Really look. Not the mask you wear for them, the one you hide behind when the lights go out. They think they see you. They think they know. They're wrong. Every smile you've faked, every word you swallowed, every silence you endured, it's all been fuel. Fuel for a fire. They've been too blind to notice. And fire, oh, fire has a way of finding cracks. It creeps, it spreads, it eats the weak first. You've been invisible, forgotten, pushed to the corners, laughed at in hallways, dismissed in meetings, ignored in rooms where your voice should have echoed. But invisibility is a gift, a weapon. You've watched them stumble. You've watched them doubt. And every night, alone in the dark, you've smiled. Not a soft smile, not a polite smile, a smile that knows the truth, that you are a storm they never saw coming. They feed you their pity, their mockery, their polite reminders that you're nothing, and you swallow it. You let it slide. But inside, it's boiling, it's sharpening. The very things they call flaws, the traits they whisper about when they think you aren't listening, are the edges that will cut them. They don't know it yet. They can't see it. But oh, they will. They always do. The forgotten always leave a mark. You've been taught to shrink, to sit quietly, to nod, to hope no one notices your ambition, your hunger, your thoughts that drip with something dangerous. And you listened, or at least you acted like you did. But beneath it all, beneath the quiet, beneath the smiles, you've been building. Every rejection is a brick. Every insult is a lash. Every dismissal a hammer on the forge of what you are becoming. They think silence is weakness. They're wrong. Silence is patience. Silence is the calm before the storm. They've underestimated you for years. And why wouldn't they? You were polite, obedient, predictable. But predictable is boring. Predictable is weak. Predictable makes them laugh. And oh, the laughter. It tastes bitter now. Every chuckle, every sneer, every dismissive glance, it's gasoline. And you've been striking matches, quietly, methodically, smiling while the world keeps pretending they hold power over you. So look again, really look. The reflection in the mirror is not the person they think you are. It's sharper, darker, hungrier. It's not polite. It's not restrained. It's chaos, wrapped in patience. It's fire wrapped in ice. And one day, they'll see it. They'll feel it. They'll remember. They'll remember that the one they forgot, the one they ignored, is the one they should have feared all along. They say you're greedy. They say you're selfish. They call it ambition. They call it arrogance. They don't understand. Hunger isn't crime. Hunger is life. It's the pulse beneath your ribs, the fire behind your eyes, the ache they think they can ignore. And oh, how delicious it is when they try. Every glance, every word, every little sneer, they only feed it. They only sharpen the edge. They think they can starve it. They're wrong. Hunger doesn't die, it multiplies. You've watched them climb, stumble, fall, and rise again, and you've been there. Always waiting, always hungry. Not the kind of hunger that bends or pleads, not the kind that whispers for scraps. No, the kind that roars in silence, that gnaws at patience, that turns every slight into fuel, every dismissal into a weapon. You've tasted it for years, the bitter sting of being passed over. And now it tastes sweet. Sweet like reckoning, like teeth sinking into weakness, like chaos dressed in calm. They call you reckless. They warn others about you in hushed tones. Careful, they say. Don't push too hard. And inside you smile. Not the polite smile. Not the one they see. The one they fear. You've learned to love their caution, to revel in their fear, because they see it. They sense it. And they can't stop it. Hunger is contagious. And you've become an epidemic. Every glance, every touch, every step you take, they feel it. They feel it and it scares them. The world has trained you to apologize for wanting more, to hide your teeth behind kindness, to speak softly so as not to offend. But soft is dead and kind is chains. Hunger is liberation. Hunger is rebellion. Hunger is the quiet voice inside that refuses to obey, that refuses to be denied, that laughs when they think they have the upper hand. And the laughter grows louder every day. Louder, stronger, sharper. You see, most people are content with crumbs, a paycheck, a nod, a fake compliment. But you can taste the feast behind closed doors. You can see the paths they never dared to walk, the power they never dared to touch. And the worst part? You don't just want it. You need it. Need it in a way that shakes the soul. Need it in a way that terrifies the timid. Need it in a way that makes their denial meaningless. So let them whisper. Let them scoff. Let them think they've contained you. Hunger cannot be contained. It cannot be caged. It cannot be silenced. It is the shadow in their reflection, the echo of their doubt, the reminder that they underestimated you. They will see, they will watch, and when the moment comes, when the first spark hits, their fear will be your applause. Every rule they told you to follow, every line they drew in the sand, you've already stepped over, quietly, methodically. They think you obey, they think you bend, they think you're safe, but safety is boring. Obedience is chains. And you've been breaking the laws that don't exist. Laws made for the timid. Rules written by those too weak to see the edge. And the best part? They have no idea. Not yet. You've learned to move in the shadows, not to hide. No, to watch, to wait, to understand the invisible walls, the unseen traps, the whispers behind closed doors. They brag about rules. They clutch them like shields. But rules are illusions. And you're the chaos that makes illusions crumble. Every step you take is a ripple in their control. Every word you speak is a crack in their authority. And it terrifies them. Terrifies them because they know deep down you play by no one's law but your own. Rebellion isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It doesn't beg for attention. Real rebellion waits. It observes. It learns. It studies weaknesses. And when the moment comes, it strikes. Precise. Devastating. Unforgiving. You've been building that moment, brick by brick, thought by thought, patience by patience. And the tension. The delicious tension of knowing you are inevitable. They don't see it yet, but it's coming. And when it hits, there will be no mercy, only truth. You've seen them punished. You've seen them falter, and you've taken notes. Every slip, every hesitation, every lie, recorded, stored, sharpened in the mind like a blade. You've learned the art of invisible power, the law of shadows, the rule of silence, and now you know that silence is louder than their shouting, that patience is sharper than their anger, that control, real control, belongs to the one who understands the rules and breaks them anyway. Some call it chaos, some call it madness, but you know the truth. Chaos is strategy disguised as insanity. Madness is vision misunderstood. And the world is terrified of anyone who sees what they cannot. They fear the mind that whispers while others scream. The mind that waits while others rush. The mind that plays the game they don't even know exists. And you are that mind. So break quietly, break methodically, break with a smile they cannot read. And when the walls fall, when the fragile order shatters, you will stand amidst the wreckage, untouched, knowing that the laws were never for you. They were for the weak. And you are above them. Every day you wear a mask, not the mask they see, not the mask they applaud. A thinner, sharper mask, one that keeps them comfortable while you bleed inside. They think you fit their world. They think you obey. They don't see the fracture beneath the surface, the chasm that yawns wide between who you are and who you've been forced to pretend to be. It's empty, it's cold, and it's alive. You move through rooms, nodding, smiling, speaking words they want to hear, and every word tastes like ash. Every nod weighs a ton. Every smile is a betrayal, not of them, of yourself. You've built a life of compromise, a life of shadows. And yet, that shadow, that hollow space, it hums, it vibrates. It reminds you, you are more than this. You are sharper, wilder, hungrier than they've ever guessed. And one day, the silence of the void will roar. They don't know it yet. They can't see it. But you live in two worlds at once. The polite world, the world that laughs at your ambition, dismisses your fire, and calls your hunger dangerous. And the real world, the one behind the mask, where every thought burns, every plan sharpens, and every restraint tightens like a spring. They will never understand. And oh, how sweet that ignorance tastes. The void between is where power grows. Not the power they teach, not the power they recognize, but a darker power. Quiet, patient, ruthless. It feeds on all the compromises, the silences, the lies. It waits in your chest, in your mind, in the nights when the world sleeps and you stare into the darkness that mirrors your own reflection. And you smile there. Because you know one day the void will speak. And when it does, the world will listen. Pretending is a game. They think it keeps you small. They think it keeps you safe. But safety is boredom. Smallness is death. The void whispers truths they cannot hear. It reminds you of the fire they tried to snuff. It reminds you of the hunger they laughed at. It reminds you that every mask you've worn, every compromise you've swallowed, has been practice for what comes next. So stare into the gap. Embrace the emptiness. Listen to its rhythm, its pulse, Its quiet, relentless insistence that you are not who they think, not who you pretend. You are something sharper, something louder, something they will regret underestimating. And when the mask finally falls, oh, when it falls, you will see the world the way it was always meant to be, through the eyes of the forgotten. Look at them. Really look. Not their faces, their hesitation, their twitch, the way they step back when you approach. Fear is written all over them. Not the polite fear they show, the trembling they hide. That fear is a mirror, a reflection of the truth they cannot bear. They see themselves in you, not the version they polished, not the version they think they control. They see the shadow they deny, and it terrifies them. They think fear is weakness. They call it fragile. But fear is honesty. Fear is the truth spilling from the eyes of the blind. And you have learned to read it, to savor it, to make it dance. Every glance, every pause, every careful word, they are showing you their cracks. And oh, how delicious the cracks are. Each one a promise, each one a sign, each one a map, straight to the power they refuse to acknowledge. Fear is not just theirs. It's yours too. The fear of becoming, the fear of embracing what you have been hiding, even from yourself. The fear that you are not the polite, small version the world requires, that you are something else, something sharp, something dangerous, something alive. And in that fear, in that recognition lies the thrill that they can see it, they can feel it, and they cannot stop it. They flinch when you smile. They hesitate when you speak. They wonder what is coming next. And it's not you being cruel. Not yet. It's just being the reflection they refuse to face. Every dismissal, every doubt, every slight, it returns to them tenfold. Not by your hand, but by the simple truth of your existence. You are the echo of everything they ignored. And echoes grow louder until they are deafening. The world has a funny way of underestimating the quiet ones. The ones who watch, who wait, who smile behind lips pressed tight and eyes that don't blink. They assume silence is weakness. They mistake patience for fear. And you have been perfecting the art of silent dominance. Every moment ignored, every glance overlooked, every insult swallowed, it builds the tension they cannot escape. The shadows you've carried are heavy, not the kind you can shake off with words, not the kind that disappears when the lights come on. These shadows sit in your chest, in the corners of your mind, in the spaces you thought were safe. They are memories, betrayals, laughter at your expense, the silent dismissals that cut deeper than knives. And oh, how they weigh. But weight is not weakness, weight is power. Every insult you swallowed, every hand that pushed you down, every glance that said you were less, you carried it all. And each moment added layers. Layers of anger, layers of cunning, layers of hunger they cannot see but will feel. Because shadows are alive. They grow, they twist, they wait for the right moment to rise. And you have learned to breathe with them, to move with them, to let them sharpen the edges you hide behind polite smiles. The world has tried to bury you, tried to tell you that silence is strength, tried to convince you that patience is enough. But patience without fire is nothing. Silence without vision is death. The shadows remind you of what they stole, what they underestimated, what they cannot take away. Every loss, every failure, every rejection stored, stoked, sharpened, and now the weight is a weapon, and the weapon is you. Pain is not polite. Pain does not forgive. Pain does not wait for timing or permission. Pain demands attention, and inside you, the pain has become rhythm. Rhythm of thoughts they cannot follow. Rhythm of steps they cannot predict. Rhythm of a storm they cannot see coming until it's upon them. They think the quiet ones are harmless. They are wrong. The quiet ones carry worlds in their shadows. And rage. Oh, rage is delicious. Not the messy kind, the kind that ruins everything, but the kind that sharpens, that molds, that hones every instinct, every glance, every breath. Rage is fuel for precision. Rage is focus for the unseen. Rage is the echo of every injustice stacked against you. And when it strikes, the world will not know what hit it, but you will. And that is all that matters. You've seen glimpses, just glimpses of what you're capable of. But this is only the beginning. The full path, the full fire, the full truth waits in the rest of the video. Don't stop now. Don't blink. Every second is a step closer to understanding the force they feared in you all along. I want to hear you. Leave a comment. Tell me what woke up inside you. Tell me what they never saw coming. Your words aren't just feedback. They're proof. Proof that the forgotten are rising, that the silent are roaring, that the hidden storm is real. And to you, yes, you watching, unafraid to stare into the shadows, thank you. You're not just part of this. You are the reason this fire burns. You are the pulse of chaos that refuses to be tamed. So stay, watch, speak, and rise, because they've underestimated you for the last time. Aha. You really thought they'd clap for your courage, huh? You thought your glow-up would bring love, not tension? Every time you walked in with that calm fire, someone twitched. Every time you spoke your truth, someone flinched. Yeah. Nah. They don't hate you, they fear you. Your silence? It's too loud. Your confidence? Too real. Your peace? Too powerful. And that's the problem. You're not one of them anymore. You stopped asking and started owning. You stopped chasing and started leading. Pause. Let that sink in for a second. You've become everything they secretly wish they were, but couldn't become. You're the reminder of the risk they never took, the courage they buried, the voice they silenced. And oh wow, the way you stand tall, it triggers them. They whisper, they judge, they twist stories, but deep down, they're studying you. They're taking notes from the same energy they once tried to destroy. So here's what I want you to do. Lean in. Don't just watch this, feel it. Every word, every pause, every breath, because this speech isn't just another video. It's your reflection. It's a mirror held up to every soul who ever tried to dim you. It's a story of standing tall when others trembled, of walking alone when the crowd turned away. So drop a comment below. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what they said you couldn't do. And then watch me turn that pain into power. This is your story, your reminder, your rebirth. They never hated your noise. They hated your calm, because calm means control, and control means power. And oh wow, how that scares them. The kind of fear that crawls under their skin when you walk into a room without needing to announce your worth. You see it in their eyes, that flicker of unease, that twitch of insecurity. They can't stand the kind of confidence that doesn't beg for approval. You've felt it, haven't you? That shift in the air when you speak your truth too smoothly, when you say no without trembling, when you stop explaining why you chose peace over pretending. Suddenly you're too much, too distant, too proud. They call you every name they can think of, because they can't say the real one, free. That's the word they choke on. Freedom. Not the kind they post about, the kind that burns quietly inside you. You've built it through scars, through silence, through moments where no one clapped, but you kept moving anyway. They watched you build walls, not to trap anyone out of love, but to protect the calm you fought for. And now that you don't need them to breathe, they panic. Yeah. Nah. Don't mistake their concern for care. It's control wearing a friendly face. They'll smile at you and say, "We're just worried." But behind that tone is a whisper. Don't rise too high. Don't forget where you came from. Don't make us feel small. But you didn't forget. You just refused to stay small. And that's the difference. You didn't abandon them. They abandoned their courage the moment you found yours. It's funny, isn't it? The same people who told you to believe in yourself now resent the moment you actually did. They love the version of you that's uncertain, hesitant, begging for reassurance. That version feeds their comfort. But this one, the one that looks them in the eye and says, "I'll go my own way," that version starves their control. And oh, how fragile their confidence really is. They thought leadership was about commanding others, but you taught them, without words, that true power is mastering yourself. You don't shout, you don't threaten, you don't compete. You simply exist without needing to belong, and that terrifies them more than any confrontation could. Because independence has a strange kind of silence to it. It's not loud, not violent, not cruel. It's calm, it's measured. It's the kind of silence that forces people to face their own noise. And when you stand there unbothered, unshaken, unmoved, their chaos starts to echo louder than ever. Oh wow. They try to label it arrogance, selfishness, rebellion, anything that keeps them from admitting what they truly see. Strength. Not the kind built in mirrors, but the kind built in moments when you had nothing but will. You didn't just walk through the fire, you learned to command it. And that's what unsettles them. Your composure. They can't manipulate what doesn't crave validation. They can't control what doesn't seek approval. You're not playing their game anymore. You've outgrown their tactics, outpaced their gossip, outlasted their doubts. It's not your fearlessness that scares them. It's what it reflects. Your courage reminds them of every risk they never took, every moment they hesitated, every dream they buried. You are the mirror they can't look into without flinching. Oh, the irony. They think your independence isolates you, but in truth, it liberates you. They call you alone while you're actually surrounded by something far rarer, peace. You've found a rhythm beyond applause, a direction beyond noise, and those who live off chaos will always despise the ones who live off purpose. So they whisper behind your back because they can't face you head on. They talk in circles, because they can't follow your straight path. You make them question themselves without saying a word. And that's the most dangerous thing a person can do. So remember this. Their discomfort is your evidence. Their resentment is your receipt. Every time they say you've changed, what they really mean is you've escaped. And that's the truth. They can't digest. Because deep down, they wish they had the courage to do it too. They study you now. Every move, every silence, every pause between your words. It's almost amusing the way they pretend they don't care, yet orbit your existence like satellites caught in your gravity. Oh wow. How quickly curiosity turns into envy. They want to understand your calm, to dissect your focus, to find the weakness that doesn't exist. But all they find is discipline, because that's what they don't get. Freedom without discipline isn't freedom at all. It's chaos disguised as choice. You, though, you mastered restraint. You learned that power isn't in doing whatever you want. It's in not being moved by what doesn't deserve your energy. That's the part that drives them mad. Your ability to walk away from drama they still feed on. Yeah, they'll say you're cold, unreachable, heartless. But those words are thrown by people who confuse boundaries with arrogance. You're not heartless. You just stopped offering your peace to those who mistreated it. You're not distant. You just built distance between yourself and the noise that once drowned your clarity. Their obsession isn't with you, it's with what you represent. You're living proof that someone can rise without permission. You show them that dependence was never safety, only comfort disguised as loyalty. And once they see you move freely, they start to question their own chains. That's where the resentment begins. You notice it. The little shifts. The conversations turn sharp. Compliments sound rehearsed. Their laughter feels hollow. They start competing with a person who's not even playing the game anymore. You've stepped off the board, and they can't accept that. But here's the dark truth. People don't hate what you do. They hate that they can't do it. Your independence exposes their hesitation. Your courage highlights their compromise. Your fearlessness mocks their excuses. You remind them that they could have been stronger if only they didn't choose comfort every time growth demanded discomfort. And that realization, it eats at them. Slowly, quietly, deeply. Oh wow. They'll still try to bring you back into their orbit. Guilt, pity, manipulation. They'll test your limits, hoping to see a crack. But all they'll find is silence, and nothing unsettles them more than silence. It forces them to hear their own insecurities echoing back. Your independence was never rebellion. It was survival. You simply refused to let the world turn you into another follower of its noise. You learned to stand alone, not because you loved isolation, but because you loved peace more than applause. You see now, don't you? Their obsession isn't admiration, it's hunger. To reclaim the control they lost when you walked away. But here's the irony. The more they try to pull you back, the farther they push you beyond their reach. Because obsession has no end. It only spirals. It feeds on what it can't understand, and it fears what it can't control. You've become a reminder, a living contradiction to their weakness. They couldn't control you, so now they try to destroy you. Simple, predictable, human. Oh wow. How quickly admiration curdles into envy when someone refuses to kneel. You'd think they'd move on, but no. They whisper, twist stories, build little alliances of insecurity, all bound by one shared weakness, fear of someone who doesn't flinch. You've seen it. The smiles that don't reach the eyes, the congratulations that sound too smooth, the sudden distance when you start winning. They don't attack your success directly. They stab at your reputation instead, because when they can't touch your work, they'll try to stain your image. That's the tactic of the small. They aim at shadows when they can't reach your light. But here's the irony. Sabotage only works on those who still crave approval. You stopped performing a long time ago. You don't seek validation in their applause, so their silence can't break you. You learn to move in silence, to let your progress be the noise. You know how to disappear, build and reappear with results that make their gossip sound childish. They think they're fighting you, but they're only exposing themselves. Every lie they tell reveals their own insecurity. Every rumor they start confesses one truth. You've become the standard they can't meet. That's what stings the most. Not that you're winning, but that you're doing it without them. Oh wow, the more they attack, the calmer you become. That calm isn't weakness, it's control. They can't provoke you anymore because you've seen too much. You've been through storms that taught you patience sharper than revenge. You realize that sometimes silence burns louder than shouting. And yet, the attacks evolve. They'll try to isolate you, turn people against you. It's a clever trick. Make others believe you've changed, that you've grown distant, cold, different. But that's fine. Growth is distance. You can't rise without outgrowing the crowd that fed off your uncertainty. You can't keep company with those who only celebrate your weakness. Let them talk. Let them plot. You keep moving. The moment you stop to explain yourself, you lose momentum, and that's what they want. They want to drag you into the mud so they can call you dirty too. Don't give them that satisfaction. The truth is, their sabotage is the proof of your impact. No one plots against the insignificant. They only aim for those who make them question their own limits. Every rumor is a form of respect. Twisted, hidden, but still respect. Because it says, you matter enough to threaten me. And isn't that the sweetest revenge? To remain composed while they crumble under their own schemes. You didn't fight back with rage. You responded with elevation. You rose so high that their whispers can't reach the altitude you breathe in now. Silence? It cuts deeper than words ever could. The loud fall to noise, the wise rise in quiet. That's the paradox they never understood. You didn't go silent because you were weak. You went silent because you learned noise never changes truth. Oh wow, the power in that stillness. It shakes them more than your anger ever did. They don't know what to do when you no longer react, when you stop explaining, when you just look, calm, steady, unmoved. They mistake silence for surrender, but silence is strategy. It's focus turned inward. Its clarity sharpening like a blade. You stopped wasting energy on proving your worth to people who were never qualified to measure it. Now, every pause is deliberate. Every absence is intentional. You speak less, but when you do, your words strike like precision steel. They expected an argument. You gave them reflection. They wanted chaos. You gave them calm. That's what unnerves them. Your silence forces them to face their own noise, their own guilt, their own shallow motives. They can't stand it. People addicted to chaos suffocate in peace. They need reaction to feel relevant, and you've denied them that oxygen. Oh wow, how they squirm under your restraint. They want to provoke you, bait you with lies, lure you into drama. But your discipline has become armor. You've learned that silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means everything is happening, but all inside you. Growth, reflection, recalibration. You're not retreating, you're evolving. Because silence is not emptiness, it's space. Space where truth reorganizes itself, where emotions settle, where perspective matures. You've realized that every unnecessary word steals power from the next action, and your actions speak louder than the noise of 10 crowds combined. They try to read your silence now, misinterpret it, fear it, even mock it. But deep down, they know silence means you've stopped arguing with the small-minded. You've stopped lending your energy to misunderstanding. You've chosen peace over performance, depth over display. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Yeah. Nah. Let them talk louder. It only exposes their need for attention. You've transcended that stage. You've reached a point where your silence terrifies because it's unpredictable. They can't predict a person who doesn't react on impulse. You've become unriddable, and therefore unstoppable. It's strange, isn't it? The less you speak, the more they talk. The more you detach, the louder they chase. Because silence removes the stage they were performing on. Without your reaction, their script collapses. Their performance ends. And now, they're left with nothing but the echo of their own insecurity. Oh wow. Silence isn't absence, it's elevation. It's what separates the grounded from the desperate. Those who truly know themselves don't need to shout their truth. They live it, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Dominance isn't volume, it's control. It's when you no longer chase the world starts adjusting around you. Oh wow, that shift is something they never see coming. One day they're mocking your calm, and the next they're forced to respect it. You didn't demand attention, you commanded it, quietly, through consistency, through focus, through the power of restraint. Yeah? Nah, people think dominance is about intimidation, but you've learned it's about presence. You don't need to prove power when your aura already reminds them what discipline looks like. You've mastered the rare art of being untouchable without becoming cruel. Your silence became a force field, not to isolate, but to preserve the strength that noise could never build. They used to laugh when you withdrew from meaningless battles. They thought your patience was weakness. They didn't realize you were sharpening something deeper. Awareness. You studied the patterns of chaos until you could predict them. You trained your reactions until no insult could shake you. That's not arrogance. That's clarity. Oh wow. Your silence matured into dominance because it wasn't born from ego. It was born from balance. You stopped trying to win arguments and started mastering outcomes. You learned that peace is power, that control begins inside before it ever reflects outside. When you stopped rushing to defend yourself, you gained something greater: time, precision, and understanding. And now, look at them. They move cautiously around you. The same people who once spoke over you now measure their words before speaking near you. That's what dominance looks like, when your very calmness alters the behavior of others. You didn't shout to be heard, you just became undeniable. Your silence taught you patience. Your patience taught you timing, and your timing made you unstoppable. You began to understand that dominance isn't about forcing others down. It's about rising so steadily that resistance becomes irrelevant. You became proof that consistency outlasts noise. Every attempt to break you became a lesson that built you stronger. Yeah. Nah, it's strange, isn't it? You never wanted control, you wanted peace. But true peace creates control. Because once you stop reacting, you start choosing. You don't move from emotion anymore, you move from intention. Every step is deliberate, every word precise, every silence strategic. You've evolved beyond impulse. Now they watch you, not to find your weakness, but to understand your rhythm. They mimic your composure. They copy your tone. They borrow your stillness, hoping to feel the same inner strength, but they can't. Because what you built came from truth, not tactics. You earned your silence through struggle, not imitation. Oh wow, how far you've come. From misunderstood independence to quiet power, to unshakable command. Your journey was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving yourself right. You didn't conquer others. You conquered the noise within. So here's your reminder, keep walking your path even if the crowd starts whispering. Keep choosing silence over noise, growth over gossip, peace over proving. Because the more you stay centered, the more they'll lose balance trying to figure you out. And before you scroll away, this one's from me to you. You made it through storms they never saw, battles they never respected, and lessons they'll never understand. You didn't just make it, you mastered it. Respect to you. Now, drop your thoughts below. I want to hear your story. Tell me what you've conquered. Tell me how you kept your fire when they tried to dim it. And if this speech hits your soul, share it. Someone out there needs to hear that. Strength can be quiet, and fearlessness doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just smiles.